Hello and welcome everybody. Today is going to be a little bit of a short build video. I'm in the middle of a project. That project is the cream soda switches, and in preparation for videos of sound tests for that to go on the group buy that is going to happen soon, I am rebuilding a board in a different configuration so we can get multiple different perspectives. And this board has been one of my favorite boards since I got it a few weeks ago, and that is the Momoka Zoo. I put this together thinking that nobody would be interested in it, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to present it to you guys. So it's already been unboxed, but I'd like to still show you the box. I got this from drop.com. But you can also get this from Momoka directly, and they've got some new fun colors in stock that Drop does not carry. And they're really cool. One's like a purple with a white insert that goes here, and then the other one is a pink with the white insert, and then there's solid purple. But let's take a look inside the box, and then we'll talk about the actual board. So just real quick to show you what's inside the box. These are the extra pieces that I had. So you do get an FR4 plate. It's got the little dodo on it, which is pretty cool. You'll also get your silicone feet that go on the bottom, and these are just little rubberized feet, and again I'll show those here in a moment. You get pour-on gaskets of different thicknesses, thicker on the bottom, thinner on the top. You also get a USB-C daughter board in one of these bags, but I've clearly already got it installed. Then you get a little bag of hardware, which is pretty nice. These are the standoffs for the plates, and I did not use those because I tend to do that. Your plates will come in these little guys here, and the board will be sitting right here. It does not include anything fancy, and that is one of the reasons why comes in at a very nice price point of around $169 if I remember correctly, and you can use your drop rewards on it because I got an extra $20 off on mine. So all that stuff comes packaged in here, and then your nice case will be sitting right in there. There are no cables, there are no carrying cases like the QK or anything like that, and let's be real, like I guess the QK, those cases are nice for storage, but how many people actually travel with keyboards? Well, I asked that question, but let's be honest, a lot of us probably do in this hobby. But, you know, it's like a $20, $30 value, and it's added into the price too. And I'm going to show you why that is very soon, because if you guys are interested in the QK65, you missed the group buys, you like these muted colors that are in the Momoka Zoo, then I think you'll be interested to find that you can get a very close to QWERTY Key's QK65 sound out of this. Now, talking about aesthetics, it does have a break right here, just like it does here, but it is not wind keyless, and it doesn't have 7U support. So, you know, it's got one layout support. I don't know if you'll be able to get other plates for that or not, but I don't believe the PCB has any other support because, you know, we don't have ISO, and we also don't have stepped caps, which I'm told is king. But what we do have is we have some little fishies on the back. We do get the Momoka branding here. I know some people love it, some people hate it, but we get these little fishies, and then we get a little dodo bird. Look at that dodo bird. Ain't he cute? But yeah, it's very simple, very minimal type of board, and this muted blue looks like a guitar that I used to have. So I am kind of sort of in love because it looks like my old Fender Stratocaster. So you've got your USB daughter board that's in there. You've got the 4 feet on the bottom, very simple. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the inside, and I'll explain why it sounds very much like a QWERTY Key's QK65. If I remember correctly, this is a 2, right? That is correct. Oh, look at that, getting schmutz on it. So the reason why this video is going to be a little bit quicker is because, again, this is just something that I didn't think you guys would be interested in seeing when I first built it, and I've been trying to figure out how to show it to you because I love it so much. So it's already been built, and we're just kind of putting it back together with a lubed set of switches, which I'll talk about here in a moment. So let's go ahead and get this apart, and I'll see you guys on the other side of that. All right, there we go. And then you'll see here that these screws have 2 different lengths. The shorter ones in the front, the longer ones go in the back. All right, so we'll flip it back over, or not. I forgot that it's not 2 halves. And this is how we do it. Raw and uncut. Well, not uncut, but we keep the goofs in there. So this is this little top piece that sits in there, and that's what the screws go into. So instead of sandwiching together in 2 halves, this half is kind of like an insert that goes in there. And then we've got our polycarbonate plate, and it's nice and thin and flexy. And I'll tell you, this board is really flexy. And then I opted to do like a gasket sock style mount. So I have actually just put 1 gasket on either end. I did not put any of the middle gaskets. And then this is why this board sounds like a QK65. We have some pour-on plate foam. We have what I'm 110% sure. Okay, I'm not 110% sure, but I'm very close to 110% sure that this is IXPE. It very much looks like it. And let's see if I can get this JST out so I can show it to you. So this very much looks like what you get in the QK65. And that's what gives Owl Lab boards their sound, is that the type of PE foam that's utilized. We got another piece of pour-on that goes in the bottom, and then we get this nice it's thick, it is kind of resonant, but when we put everything together, and one thing I didn't do was I did not do any kind of force break, so I will go back and revisit that later to see if it changed anything, but I'm very happy with the way it sounds now. So this is just a big fat solid hunk of aluminum, and I love it. I love it. There's no weights in it or anything, but because of how it's milled, it is very hefty. So we take our our pour-on sheet. We got to pass that JST connector through. Get everything back positioned to where it was. And then get this back in. And it's not a very long thing at all. So when you're doing it, make sure you got it lined up. Also, one thing I should mention is this does not come with stabilizers, so you know, I'm not knocking the QK65 here when I say this, but when I compare this to the QK65, there is a lot of added value there that you get in the Wuche stabilizers and whatnot. So these are wholly modded, lubed, and wholly modded, balanced, lubed, and I can't remember. These I don't think have been dielectric tuned yet, but these are just cherry clip-in stabilizers. So we got our plate foam in, and then we can set our plate back on, and again, thicker, thicker on the bottom, thicker on the bottom, thinner on the top. And then I just made these kind of like gasket socks, which probably also helps contribute to the additional flex. I did find that it's a bit of a snug fit around the stabilizers, but like not too snug, nothing like the experiences that I just recently had with another board I built that I had to use all my wimpy strength to get down. And then see here, it's just straight up, it's just flat, just straight up flat. And I honestly don't know that we even need to force break because we don't want it too tight. We just want it flush. You just set that bad boy back in there and flip it over. And the long ones in the back and the short ones in the front. Let's do it. Alright, this is the last one. Now this does come with the Allen keys if you need that, if you don't have the required tools. But if you want this set of tools, this is Zool tools. This comes in a pretty nice kit. It comes with these here, but it also comes with this whole set of like extra tools and stuff for electronics repair, which is something that I use in my professional life. And it has come in handy so much for keyboards, and I will always have that linked in the description. So we got that all snugged up. Also guys, if you like what you're seeing here, be sure to head down to the bottom of the video. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you see, hit that like button, let me know. Alright, so got some little residual bits of lube on my hands from something, but one thing I want to say here is I don't really like feet like this. I don't like stuff that has to stick onto the bottom of a board, because if you can see here, we've already got like some residue from where this is sat on the desk, you know, and has been moved around. So it is what it is. Nice thing is you can buy bump-ons like that on Amazon pretty inexpensively. So alright, so here is the crown jewel of what we'll be doing today. I spent all day, not all day, but all afternoon lubing these. These are lubed and filmed cream sodas. And a video will be coming out about these soon. If you'd like to know the details of what they are or the premise, I do have a video that is an introduction to the cream sodas. And these are actual cream sodas. These are not concept switches. These have come from Gateron and have been distributed to the vendors, and then they should be getting them out to content creators hopefully as well. So this group buy will be starting very soon, probably within the next month. But yeah, I will have a video that showcases multiple different builds on this, or well, two. It will feature the Satisfaction 75 with my unlubed cream sodas, and it will also include the QK68, which will be an upcoming video as well. But anyway, let's go ahead and get these on real quick, and then we'll get the keycaps topped on too. Alright, that was surprisingly easy to do despite all the flex cuts, and I want to show you that too. I didn't really get into detail about that. This thing has flex cuts everywhere. I think flex cuts, in a way, they kind of help with sound because it doesn't really trap everything in the board. It lets it kind of breathe a little bit and do its thing. So, got the keycaps here. The keycaps that we're going to be using are Stargaze clones. Got these a long time ago when I first got started, and I didn't know any better. But at the same time, you know, you do what you do. And I decided to use these because A, I had them in my closet, and B, A and B. Anyway, I had these in my closet and I was going to use them for another build, which I ended up getting authentic keycaps for. And these were just kind of sitting there, and I had no use for them, and it made sense to use these for a multi-build project. And they're also kind of a holdover until my my OSA mustards get here either tomorrow or Wednesday, which would be nice because I'll actually be able to put those on this board. Now, I'm not great with keycaps. I struggle. I never really know what matches what. So if you guys have a suggestion on what might actually look good on this board that is very high quality, I'm down for Cherry, OSA, SA, MT3, Cat. If you guys have a set that you think would go with this and maybe even work with it thematically, that'd be even cooler. Let me know in the comments because I would love to get this guy equipped with some nice keycaps. Let's go ahead and get these dumped and start getting these keycaps put on. And there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and do a typing test really quick. This will be the same one that is utilized in the lube section of the video for the cream sodas. And then we'll come back and talk a little bit about the board and wrap things up. So let's do that sound test. All right, so this sounds so good. It doesn't sound worlds different than it did before, but filming these things, Milkies are notoriously a little bit loosey-goosey in terms of tolerances, and filming the switches really brings us up a notch. And then lubing the top out and the bottom point, top out and the bottom of the housing, it just really takes it up to the next level, man. Such a beautiful sound. So yeah, this board, easy to build, affordable, accessible. It's there, it exists. So if you did not get the QK65, as you've heard, it is very close. It is a very close alternative. Yes, it's not the same aesthetic. It is a little bit more boring of an aesthetic, but at the same time, it does have more going for it as well in terms of design with these, these etchings and whatnot. So I definitely encourage you guys to take a look at this. And if you're interested in the QK65, you missed it, pick this up. This easily, in my opinion, beats the Zoo65. We'll be talking about that in another video coming up shortly. But yeah, this thing is just, it's amazing. I built it on a whim. It came in, wasn't expecting it. Built it with stuff I had sitting in the closet. I had unlubed cream sodas that were part of a bad sample batch that I used in here. And then I also used these keycaps that were in the closet just because. I just wanted something to build. And I drove this thing for 2 weeks. I didn't swap out boards. And that's atypical for me because I typically only drive my boards for about 3 days. So this is a really nice board. As always, I'll try to link everything in the description. Obviously, the cream sodas will not be linked, but I will link a video to the introduction to the cream sodas and eventually update that with the showcase for the cream sodas. There'll be cream soda interest check and the description as well. But yes, quick build today. Really nice, love it. Again, one of my favorite boards. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting me with your views and hanging out. Again, sound off in the comments. Let me know about some keycaps, man. But until next time, Y'all have a good one.